No, you're not. All right, welcome to the Gamers at Large Midweek Show E3 2015 edition. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the story so far, or E3 so far, since it's still going on. We still got another day of festivities down at E3. But tonight I got with me Quan. How you doing, man?
Just sitting up here chilling, over here contemplating whether or not I'm gonna spend a ton of money on a controller.
We also got Shep. How you doing, man?
What's going on, people? This is Good Shepherd. It's been an interesting E3 so far. Let's get it in.
All right, and Mr. T.
Hey fools, it's Mr. T of the Mr. T Show. Swing low, sweet cherry.
Oh Lord! Come on, it wasn't that bad. It was bad, but not that bad.
I had to do it.
Yeah, that was perfect. All right. So the first one we're going to talk about is Microsoft. We're going to go into Microsoft since you got to help Quan get that controller. So
We're opening up.
What did you like about it? What did you like about the Microsoft one? Your likes.
I mean, one thing I did like is what they're doing with the rare titles, bringing them all in one little bundle. That was interesting. But the thing is, they need to bring something new, besides that. But that was nice at all.
I will say that was genius.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what a lot of people want, and they put in there. They made sure everybody saw Jet Force Gemini.
Oh damn!
And the original Perfect Dark.
T's salivating right now.
Oh boy, I'm wondering, is it going to be upscaled like Banjo and Banjo?
Yeah, it is. Because the reason I think what tipped me off was when they showed Perfect Dark, because the Perfect Dark one was the one that they did from the little HD upscale they did back on 360.
Yeah,
So
I know those are already ready to go. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably going to be like that. Plus, I saw the original Conquer's Bad Fur Day in there, and that right there just sealed the deal for me.
Oh,
So
good.
yes, I will be getting that.
Finally, the beeping will be done right.
So it is the original one. I didn't even check on that.
Yeah, it's not that
Live and reloaded nonsense.
Yeah, that ain't that.
Okay.
So, also, they put the Battletoads game in there that didn't come over here. The one from '95.
Oh.
The one that was the arcade one that never came to console.
Oh.
That one was in there because I saw two Battletoad titles in there when I was going through the list on IGN. I'm like, what's the second one? And I looked. I'm like, that's the one that never got a home release.
Hmm.
So yeah, I will be copping that when it drops. And
30 games. 30 games for $30, and some of those games are used right now for $30.
Yeah.
So that's a great deal.
Yeah. That was actually smart. Me personally, what I liked from that actual conference was backward compatibility. I was like, damn, it took you long enough. I mean, seriously.
Well,
it's still taking you because they only got 20 games right now.
I was gonna say, to be honest with you, that part I had mixed feelings. I was mad hype, and then when I looked into it, it's not quite true backwards compatibility. They got a lot of downloading going on, and there's only a certain amount of titles that it's, but we'll give them a chance. Maybe Microsoft keeps the ball rolling and actually do it right, so we'll see.
I'd be happy if they get, as long as it's as good as the Xbox to Xbox 360.
Because
I thought
honestly,
that was pretty decent.
Because honestly, I've been on the fence for a hot minute. The only thing could really keep me leaning is everybody knows I'm drooling over Killer Instinct. But once I saw Rare Collection, and I heard backwards compatibility, I'm like, yo, I never had a 360, so that would get a dude like me at the game store in a hot minute buying like 10 games in one go.
Yeah.
Mostly 360 games because
I think it's cool.
Because
obviously they listen to the fan base and they realize that a lot of 360 owners haven't made the jump to Xbox One. So that's something, they even pointed it out. So I think Phil even said, all right, so you guys on 360 can come over and get Xbox One now. I think he actually said that at the conference. So they know that their fan base is still chilling on 360. So
they have to cut that 360 off then.
Right.
Quit making games for it.
Well, I mean, they gotta do what they just did, which is start this backward compatibility thing, because that is huge.
Yeah, because I mean, I know I've said this on a new number of podcasts before. I never understood why they just didn't do that from the jump, because I'm like, this remaster crap is getting out of hand. So
I said if they can remaster games and put them on the new consoles, they should be able to run the old games on that console.
yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But I'm actually glad they did it. T, anything else you liked about the Microsoft conference?
I thought it was pretty solid. I thought it was a pretty solid conference. To me, they have the second best exclusives coming this year. I thought that it ran pretty well. There was no moments where I was just kind of bored. I watched the whole thing through pretty much. I was hoping we get another Banjo-Kazooie or something as a new game. That's what a lot of the rumors were: Banjo or Jet Force or even Battletoads. So apparently the rumors was actually the collection or whatever. So again, I thought they ended well. They ended with Gears 4, which is pretty sweet looking. I'm a Gears fan, so that's cool. I thought they had a pretty solid conference. I really enjoyed the HoloLens, I guess they pronounce it. I even enjoyed that stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. I came up with some ideas for games beyond Minecraft. So, I thought it was pretty cool.
The HoloLens was interesting. That was an interesting piece to me.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on that one yet.
I'm not as sold on it for video games, but I think it'd be cool for even certain applications around the house. So I think it's cool. I think it's a cool tech.
Okay. Shep, you got anything?
Yeah, well, I'm more or less going to repeat partially what everybody says and throw my tidbits. Like I said, the Rare Collection and the backwards compatibility will get someone like me who's on the fence to be like, you know what? I'm going to get my Skybox One this year.
I think by December they said it was going to be over 100 titles. So,
yeah, exactly. So that's
maybe
perfect.
hold out till, the holiday or something.
Yeah, so that's a definite. That augmented reality, that glasses, that was very interesting. It got my attention, like T said. And there's many applications. Like, granted, I'm going to get a little boring with it, but I'll tell you right now, that's perfect for architecture.
Yeah.
You could literally construct buildings on the go and change it on the fly. Because if you think about it, Minecraft has a lot to do with building. But anyway,
I'm thinking like a little, like things like when I go cook. I hate having pause the TV or whatever. I can keep running that TV on my HoloLens and have my hands free and still be doing it, and put the screen up on the kitchen. Put the screen up on a wall in the kitchen, while I'm doing my thing. So I mean, that's
what
cool
the Google Glass does. Yep.
Yeah.
So there's so much potential in that technology.
Yeah, I think it's way better than the potential in Kinect. That's for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no arguments there at all, bro. But yeah, Microsoft pleasantly surprised me this year. I was actually in it the whole time. Last year was not bad, but I kind of drifted off here and there. I was paying attention to the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to some Xbox guys, and I was more enthused about the conference than they were.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, you guys didn't like it? I thought it was pretty solid.
I was like, yeah, they gave me multiple reasons. Granted, there's a lot of empty promises, but that's normal for these corporations anyway.
Right.
But yeah, they had my attention this year. I am definitely looking at that Skybox One.
All right.
I'm probably gonna have one by Christmas at the latest. I'll probably get it before fall, actually. But anyways, that's all I got to say for now on that topic, gents.
All right. And we got Andre here. Hey, Andre.
What's up, people? Sorry I'm late, but I kind of got stuck at the treehouse.
No problem. We're just saying what we liked about the Microsoft conference. So, you got anything you want to add to that topic before we go into what we didn't like?
Well, I like that they stayed gaming focused. They talked about pretty much everything that they talked about was gaming. I'm glad that they're actually adding backwards compatibility, which kind of undercuts PlayStation now. But
and they did a little dig out there during the conference too.
Yeah, they did.
That was pretty sweet.
They sure enough threw that out there, like, and it's going to be free
because we're not going to charge you for games you already own. Ooh,
yeah, that was a nice.
That was great. I like the HoloLens. I'm especially interested in the HoloLens, even though I know I can't afford it. But it looks like it would be a great thing to use for gaming.
Don't worry, Andre. We got the heist going later.
You just start a Patreon, man.
You be the driver.
Or have Sony take you on stage and ask for. Oh, my bad.
We ain't got Sony
hey,
yet.
We ain't got that yet.
Hold on, though. You think if I pitch them a good enough game idea, they'll do it?
I don't know. They'll do anything. It looks like, ooh.
Shots fired.
Anything else?
I'm not so against Microsoft's conference. It was pretty good. It was really good.
All right. Well, let's start off on this. What we didn't like. The one thing I didn't like, I understand the controller. I just ain't gonna pay that much for it. All right. I'm sorry. That Elite controller.
All right. I missed the price on that controller. What is the price?
$150.
Yeah.
What?
100.
Thing costs more than the Wii U controller.
Man, it's modular, dude. Don't you get it?
AMA. That's all I got to say.
It's like got to be more than the gamepad.
Dude, I'm like, look, I understand that a lot of people mod their controllers to fit their specific needs, gaming needs. But one, I don't game like that, and two, I'm not spending $150 on one controller.
Yeah, I think I think that's not for you, and it's not for most people. It's probably not for me either.
Hardcore of the hardcore.
Yeah, that's a hardcore of the hardcore niche type of deal. You remember that? What was that Steel Battalion game where you had to have that 150 button controller to go play with?
But you know what? That big controller actually kind of made sense for what the game was.
Yeah, I'm just saying how hardcore of a thing that is, though. You have to buy that thing to play that game.
I'm the type of person that might actually buy that thing, though.
That just make me think of the Saturn Twin Stick.
Crazy.
Yeah, Saturn Twin Stick for Virtual On. It played the best way to have it. Play it. That, but it was just way too expensive.
But I think that's cool because that is a core type of gamer type of thing to do, And
that's my main reason. I didn't like the price tag on it. I just didn't like the price tag.
It is expensive, though.
You have to remember, though,
exactly like the freaking damn Xbox One controller.
It's an extra option. That's all it is. I mean, it's not like you're saying you could only play these games with the Elite controller. I'd be like, yo,
that is for the guys who want that type of thing.
I'm going to say this, though. I think this is where all of their money went in controller.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
It couldn't have been the current Xbox One controller. It just didn't look like it to me.
Which it's a great controller. I think it's better than 360, the Xbox One controller. But it didn't cost no $100 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm just like. This one I can understand costing that much.
Yeah.
The other one, maybe not.
Yeah.
No, not so much.
Okay, so does anybody have any dislikes from the show? From their conference?
Can I say that the Battletoads didn't look like the Battletoads?
Which one?
You mean the concept art or whatever on the cover?
Yeah.
I think that was a licensing thing. I think that was why.
Yeah, it's probably more or less, but it'll probably look better anyway with the final product.
Because it wasn't just Battletoads that got to kind of resurface. Obviously, they went with the banjo from Nuts and Bolts. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So I think it's a licensing artwork type of deal.
Well, yeah, because the original artwork's probably licensed to Nintendo or someone else.
Exactly.
So.
And the Stamp Brothers gonna get that money.
They're like, yeah, we gonna get our money.
Yeah, they're showing us the new banjo, but the old banjo is the game. So it didn't make sense.
Too bad they didn't put a Conquer.
You won't notice.
Well, Nuts and Bolts is in there too, though, right? So
I want to say because
that kind of makes sense.
Cameo is in there too.
Right.
So I think
Cameo, that's a decent game. I mean, this is a really good price.
It's a decent price.
That's not a decent price. That's highway robbery. We're getting away with. We should be like, yo, I feel bad. But
you gotta think though, it's a compilation. They're not paying much to put it out. That's
the only thing. Like most of those games, well, not most of them, probably not most of them, probably like I'd say 20% of them I'm not gonna want to play on Xbox One or with the 360 or the Xbox One controller.
Because you're used to the game.
Yeah, I'm so used to
the N64
I tried.
controller.
I have Banjo Kazooie 1 and 2 on my Xbox 360, and I brought it over. Or I didn't bring it over. I have the arcade one.
Oh, let's say you brought it over.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What am I talking
Here's
about?
another
I have the
minor.
arcade one, and I don't like the controls. I always go back to the N64 one.
Okay, here's
When
another
it's for
minor
that.
confession for me. I never played Banjo.
You get out of here.
We'll talk to you about that.
I've played it. I've just never owned it, which
I
has
never-
been my problem.
You have to
Probably the best 3D platformer
Okay.
ever made.
Okay, you mofos have to remember, I was broke as hell growing up. You have to remember that. I was
Yeah, but
lucky
you're
to
grown
get
up
any
now.
game.
Went back. Bro.
Well, I will get them now. I'm trying to stack those, so I'm gonna go back. But right now, I have not.
You can get
Y'all need to
Banjo. You can get an
relax.
N64 and Banjo for like $40.
I know. Dude, I was all over Amazon the other day. I was looking at N64 because remember I showed you that custom build, which was hot.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to get an N64 and a Dreamcast. So I was looking up a bunch of N64 and Dreamcast stuff on Amazon, and the prices for some of the stuff is pretty good. Some of it's insane. Some of them Dreamcast games are like $200. I'm like,
Dreamcast
good
and
God.
Sega Saturn are the most egregious on some of the games because they're so rare.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to Sony. All right, so Sony had their press conference that night. That was Monday night, 9 o'clock, and this time it didn't go 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it didn't bore everybody to sleep.
Yeah.
They surprised me again this year.
Yeah, I think they surprised a lot of people this year. So let's start off with what we liked. One, I like that Sean Layden only tried to get people to clap one time.
Yeah.
And then he stopped.
And
I
then
was
good.
amazed. I was amazed. He was like,
I thought
wow.
he was going to do it again. I thought he was going to go for the gusto when he did. I'm like, he cannot do a conference without trying to force people to clap. But in all honesty, one of the games that I actually liked was that Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, hell yes.
That game looks great.
That game was awesome.
It was
Sorry.
that game. They should make a movie too. Oh wait, no, they probably will make a movie. QTEs. Okay, sorry.
That game pretty much solidified my PS4 purchase.
I'm gonna lie to you. That Horizon. I actually looked at that trailer like 5 times.
Yeah.
No lie.
That was hot. So, Quan, what'd you like from the Sony press conference?
Well, Sony really, I don't know what to say. Most of the stuff that they showed on there were mostly CG stuff, and I really didn't do anything for
I can't hear him.
Can't hear you, dude.
He's
You
low.
kinda-
I could hear him, but he's speaking soft.
Yeah, I mean, I can barely hear him as well.
How about now?
No.
No.
Sound like you yelling from like 2 rooms over.
Oh, you
How
got a
about
couple of
now?
socks on your microphone.
No, that's not it. How
There
about
you
now?
go.
There you go. We can
That's
hear you.
better.
Okay. Anyway, I just said that I wasn't into all the CG hoopla that they had going on and all that other stuff. You know, the only thing I will say this kind of pulled at my heartstrings a little bit was that whole Final Fantasy VII, remake thing. Because it gave me hope that they might do something with Chrono Trigger finally.
They have made any announcements on that, but Old Boy did say he's looking at a 5 and a 6 remake.
Yeah.
No. It was actually he actually said it. So
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
just-
The 5 and the 6 remake, he was mentioning that because they already did 3 and 4
Yeah.
and 1 and 2, and they already handled that.
Well, personally, I would probably give away a lot of things for that 6 remake. But that's a different conversation.
Yes.
That's a different conversation. I don't want to have a complete nerdgasm on via conversation. So continue.
But that's about it. That's all I really have to say about Sony.
Okay. All right. Andre, what about you, man?
Well, I do appreciate that they stuck to mostly gaming. I didn't really care for that. Oh, we've got PlayStation View, and we're going to tell you about all the shows we got. Y'all can do that somewhere else. But and it didn't really work too well for me that most of the stuff was multi-plats. But I'm pretty much all the exclusive stuff that they have, I was pretty much happy with. But that wasn't a whole lot. So. Oh crap! Microphone fell. Got knocked down.
Oh, okay.
But
Gamer down. Someone toss a controller.
knowing me, I would catch it.
Okay. Shep.
Okay. Sony's was a mixed bag of nuts for me. It was great, but at the same time, I have to go with Andre on the fact and Quan. It was very CG. I mean, I and some of the gameplay they showed were suspect. The same thing goes for Microsoft a little bit. Some of those actual in-game gameplay stuff was I don't really think they were gameplay. I think of, but we'll see.
I hate the fact that they had to put that on there, that this is taken straight from. Like, you should
Yeah,
have.
yeah, that was. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the PS4 is capable of showing the stuff they've shown. I just not sure if that was what the actual game is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
anyways, I'll leave that alone. I'm trying to stick to the positive things. They showed a lot of games I was actually interested in. I was happy. Like Quan said, that Final Fantasy VII trailer kind of. I'm not even a big Final Fantasy VII fan like the rest of y'all. I liked the game, but I was never like head over heels. I preferred 6. I will always prefer 6 over 7. But 7 is a great game. I enjoyed playing it, and I would love to play it again with all the new bells and whistles. So I was like, Cloud! I saw that Buster Sword on his shoulder, on his back, and I was like, yes! They finally. But once again, you notice they never said now in development, they never gave any dates.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised that game comes out like 2018 or something.
I actually had a conversation with my coworker today about that. I think it's going to come out 2017 for the 20th anniversary. If they're smart,
you know what?
they do that.
That's right. Good point.
If they're smart. I'm not.
Here's the one thing I wanted to ask though, because as much as I want the Final Fantasy VII remake, are they going to put in the content that they had to leave out? Are they going to try to put that stuff back in, or are they just leave it as is?
They haven't specified yet. I actually watched a Square Enix conference, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I hope that they actually add that stuff in the game, what they originally planned. That would make it much better.
Okay. Yeah, because I know I heard about that, but I don't know because they made a statement, but they didn't say a lot, you know. So yeah. I got to go back and watch. Cause I think this, if I'm not mistaken, they did say something they said something at something Sony was doing. I think it was like a developer diary, and then they said something at Square Enix. So, but I'm not 100% certain on that. So, T, you had anything you liked from the Sony press conference?
Yeah, I thought, like I said, Horizon looked great. Like the art style mostly. If even the graphics get a downgrade, I don't really care. I just like the world or whatever, and the art style of it looked pretty cool. The For Honor game looked interesting. I have to get my hands on it because basically the combat system sounded pretty interesting from the way the developer was talking about it. So I want to check that out, but I have to get my hands on that. But it looks interesting. Need to see more. And pretty much everything else was 2016, 2017, if ever, fluff. Last Guardian was suspect to me because it looked very similar to the footage we got 6 years ago. Very similar. If you go back and watch that footage, it looks
just like they just took the hat off the boy.
Right. So that's suspect. I guess it's great to renew people's faith in it, but I'll see it when I see it.
Greatness awaits.
As far as Final Fantasy VII goes, that's cool. But at the end of the day, it's only an announcement. I would think 2017, just like you were saying, because you just got a CG trailer saying, "Hey, we're making it." So, and it's at the end of the day, it's a remake. I know it's a lot, and in a lot of people's hearts and minds or whatever. But some people would like to say that was the game changer, and it's a remake at the end of the day. So
yeah,
and I hope they don't over cinematics and stuff. Obviously, they're gonna rework those.
So hopefully they'll be in game.
And hopefully it'll be in the same in vein of the classic. You wanna have something that ties it to that. You don't want to be so different that it doesn't have that charm. The original.
No, I want them to keep the scenes the same, but I want them to be smooth transitions right into it.
Right. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but
we can only hope.
Yeah, hopefully that's what happens. So hopefully the graphics will be so good, the cutscenes will be in engine, in game. So.
They should just make 6, and then just should make Chrono Trigger using the Dragon Quest 10 engine.
Here's what they need to do. Let the team that was working on Chrono Resurrection continue to work on it. Take the cease and desist off them. And then...
And also provide them the engine for Dragon Quest.
I was gonna say, provide them with the tools and the advertising needed, and then sell it.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You're trying to make sense.
Is this about just what we liked or what we didn't like?
Just what we like.
Okay. But first, we do have a couple of questions related to the PlayStation one. So I wanted to try to see if we can answer a couple of these questions while we got them on the PlayStation. Then we can go into what we didn't like right quick. First question up is from RJ Locks, and he says, since the Final Fantasy VII remake is being worked on by the Final Fantasy 13 team, is it safe to lower your expectations?
Damn.
You know what? I didn't know that, but if you want to play it safe, yes, lower your expectations.
See,
well, who else is going to be doing it? It's not like it's Monolith Soft or something.
That's the problem. They can't get them.
Yeah. So I don't want to say lower your expectations, but it's one of those situations we're gonna have to play wait and see.
The thing is, they have a template at least. They have they're not starting from scratch. They have a template. They have the game. They can go look to it, and hopefully lose its soul.
As long as they don't get a little too creative with it, it should still come out a pretty good game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking too. All right. The second question is from Capable Tie 7, and he asked, "Wasn't it so weird how Black Ops 3 is partnering with PlayStation? They never let Microsoft show the multiplayer or have an exclusive beta. This game looks surprisingly good, so maybe he'll get it." So, do you think that it was weird? I don't think it was weird.
I don't think it was weird. I think at this point, that's
business.
This is what's been happening this generation. Is that PS4 is becoming the 360 for this gen. So this is what's been happening. The exclusive stuff, all that, we get it first stuff is happening with Sony now. So it's not a surprise. I would say the surprise is that the game, to me, didn't look that great. I didn't think Black Ops 3...
To me, it looked like Titanfall.
Right.
So... I mean, you can't put a rock track to some pre-recorded footage and with Titanfall physics and claim that you're doing something brand new. I'm sorry, Treyarch, that just doesn't work.
And I'm not a graphics hoe or anything, but for this is the things that they tout when they bring these games out. Is how this engine and this and we're getting photorealistic, all that good stuff. So if you're talking about that stuff and you're not delivering, then that's not good.
Yeah. Okay. Last question before we go into what we didn't like. Let's see. This is also from Capable Tie 7. He asks, there was a second demo shown for Ratchet and Clank. Game looks awesome. Do you think if it does well, they will make a new Sly Cooper or at least a Sly Cooper collection? Sly 5 was teased at the end of 4, so I hope Sucker Punch is making it. I think they'll probably do a new Sly Cooper if it does well. I think they're testing the waters on this one.
Yeah, and the whole thing is they're about to come out with a movie.
Yeah.
So that's going to build up the hype for the IP in general. So that will give them the perfect opportunity to make a new game.
And Sly Cooper's getting a movie too. So, I mean, it is possible that they're just using this to test the water. So, thanks for everybody for answering those questions. Let's go into what we didn't like about Sony. And now some of the stuff I already said about what I didn't like about the conference. As much as I liked some of the content they were talking about, to me, I felt like it was too much 2016, too much holiday 2016, too much 2017. It's too much of that.
Yeah,
awaits.
That was basically
Basically
my gripes. There was nothing that I really just didn't like. Well, there's one really egregious thing that I didn't like that kind of pissed me off. But
ESView?
No.
No, it wasn't View. It rhymed with it.
Yeah, it rhymes with the PSVU. I'm gonna go ahead and start it because
I want to dive in this, but I'll let you start it off, sir.
Bringing out the legend Yu Suzuki. I'm sure I've commented about this on YouTube and Google Plus or whatever. You're gonna bring the legend Yu Suzuki to the stage in front of gamers to beg for money for a game that you could have easily funded yourself, but you're going to drag them out there in front of your gamers, because they're going to jump on it because they want to have that exclusive or whatever, and you're going to bring him out there and have him beg gamers for money when you could have easily paid for it yourself on E3. You're putting a Kickstarter on stage at E3. That was one of the low points in gaming history to me. And I'm happy that the game's being made. That's not the issue. The issue is how it's being made. And then we find out after the fact that they're funding the game too. Sony is. So you just basically rob people of $2 to $4 million, whatever their final is.
Yeah, they were trying to save money.
And they're saving money. This is
sleazy.
This sleazy, disgusting to me, and that's what pissed me off about the whole thing.
But in Sony's defense, they've been bleeding money forever. So
that's cool, but you don't do it that way.
I'm not saying what they're doing is right. I'm just saying when you hurt, you kind of take routes that you normally wouldn't do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. I think I agree with T. This is egregious. This is pure blasphemy. I could not believe it. I was like, wait, hold on. Kickstarter? What? Can you fuckers just pay for it?
Yeah. I was about to bow to Sony as gods, and then they said, "Oh, the Kickstarter starts in 5." Oh, what? Wow. Yeah. I was done.
Yeah, I was. At first, I thought maybe they were like, "Oh, they were about to do a Kickstarter," but we decided to stop it and take it for ourselves and help them out. That's what I thought the direction they were going at first.
Yeah, that was bad. That was pretty bad. Anybody else got anything? Okay, here's my last thing that I kind of didn't like. I still don't know what No Man's Sky is.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I forgot about it because it was so forgettable.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I understand it's ambitious, but what am I doing?
I don't understand that it's ambitious. Yeah, I don't know what's so ambitious about it.
The scope of what they're trying to do. They're trying to say you can go through different galaxies and different worlds on galaxies and things of that nature. But the problem is, what's the story?
Yeah.
What's the story? What's your purpose? What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Are we
out at every conference to have him sit up and do the same thing he did at the last conference is kind of.
We've seen this game. Yeah, we've seen this game 3 times on the big stage, and I still haven't seen any gameplay.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen. And this game's supposed to come out this fall. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. I want to say it said fall 2015, but don't quote me on that.
Right. I thought it was going to be their big game. That's because a lot of people were making fun of them for having the big game be an indie title or whatever. So I thought it was going to be their big title this holiday. They were touting it as their big exclusive.
Which it isn't, but.
Yeah, right. That's a whole nother story. But I haven't seen any gameplay. Like this game should be the type of game I would want. This sci-fi, science fiction, fantasy type deal where you're flying around in a ship and exploring worlds. This is a game I should be into. But because I haven't seen any gameplay, I keep hearing about stuff that's supposed to happen. Like you're going to be trading and you're going to be fighting battles, and I haven't seen any of that though.
I mean, when he first came out, he did show that little. That he flew past.
Was he flying though? It seemed like it was on a track almost. Because I didn't see any maneuvers or anything. He was just kind of going in a straight line, and the laser was coming out. But I didn't see like.
I need to see the story because I need a story. I need either a story trailer or something. Because right now it's just nothing. It's just hey, look, I can go to this planet. Hey, look, I need to do this stuff. Look, I'm swimming with fish. I'm like, okay, that's nice. Why are these people trying to kill you? Nothing? None? You're not going to tell me why they're trying to kill you? Okay.
There's got to be some kind of story to it. Well, here's a big sandbox, guys. Have fun.
Yeah, I mean, that was my only other real gripe because I don't understand why people keep hyping the game up. And am I seeing a different thing than y'all seeing? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're seeing a Sony exclusive, quote unquote exclusive, and that's why people are hyping it up.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's the one thing I just didn't understand that one. So, if that's it, let's move on to Nintendo. So.
Oh boy, do we have to?
Okay. Who won? We got some questions for the Nintendo one. All right. Okay, let's just go through what we didn't like first and answer some of these questions because a lot of these questions deal with what was wrong with it, and then we'll try to say what we liked. How about that? We'll just flip it up for this one. I don't even want to start. T, you start.
Put me on the spot. What I didn't like. All right, so.
Be right back.
There's only a couple of things that I actually liked. There's a lot more things I like, but because of the disjointed nature of things being presented, the way they were presented, and the fact that the Wii U was lacking as far as focus of the conference or the digital event. I mean, it was poor. It was quite bad as far as the presentation goes. What they spent time on. We had another director or developers story for Yoshi's Woolly World, and I'm like, we had that last we had that last time, and we didn't need that much focus taken away. And the thing is, they had games that they could have done that with, that we haven't had that with, that are coming out this year. And they spent time on Yoshi's Woolly World, a game that we don't even get until October.
Yeah.
Even though it's coming out in UK sometime this month, end of this month, which makes no sense to me because it was supposed to come out first half of 2015. Remember that?
Yeah, this will be like what, February or March?
Right. So
February or March game. Yeah.
But even with all that, we still didn't need another developer story. It was cool that she had her little story, but we didn't need that because we got that last time. And we didn't get highlights or spotlights for games like Fatal Frame and Devil's Third and Xenoblade Chronicles got a trailer. Am I wrong? Am I right about that?
You're right.
Trailer in there. It did get a trailer.
With the release date, that was it.
With the release date, that was good.
Yeah, that was the purpose for that trailer.
So yeah, I mean that, but it was so disjointed. It was so 3DS focused, which is fine. I have a 3DS too, but my 3DS is fine. The backlog on my 3DS is ridiculous. My Wii U, was getting not much love. And surprise games were Mario Tennis, which I like, but it wasn't earth-shattering, So I don't know. I'm depressed. It's sad.
I can tell. All right. Well, with me, what I didn't, the problem that I had with it was like you, it felt disjointed. But my problem was the focus. I mean, there was a couple games in there that I felt should have been in the treehouse. That the games that were in the treehouse, a couple of those should have been in the event. They should have been swapped. I don't understand why, a couple of those games weren't swapped out. Like a couple of those 3DS games should have been Treehouse strictly only, and a couple of those Treehouse games should have been put into the actual event and do, like you said, a developer story for that. Fast Racing Neo is one of them.
Here's the thing: they alluded to us getting third-party support or more. Yeah. There's third-party support. We're gonna bring that out at E3 or whatever, and it was Skylanders Amiibos, yeah. And what was the other one? I guess Just Dance, but they didn't really announce that. And it was something else I can't think of, but it was so poor.
Nintendo had all the right materials. They just put it in the wrong place.
They basically had the right tool set to build a table, but they built the table the wrong way.
They built a backwards table with a chair attached to the side.
Which I don't know how you do that, but hey.
Yeah, how the hell you pull that off? Because, I'm sure you guys said when I was gone, they could have easily swapped out 3-4 things from the treehouse and put it in the show, and take the stuff that was in the show and put it in the treehouse, and it would have been golden. It's not that hard to do. They could have.
Or they also had the option of, even if they didn't want to take anything out, they also had the option of extending the time for the digital event and maybe starting it earlier.
I thought they were originally.
Put more stuff in.
I thought the digital event was going to be longer initially from the way the schedule looked.
I thought it was going to be an hour and a half.
That's what I thought too. So when they wrapped it up at 57 minutes, I was like, wait, hold on, what?
It's way too short, and what they left off with, oh gosh.
Well, I'm hoping in their defense that
I'm hoping that they did that.
chopped it last minute, and since everybody's pissed that missing 30 minutes, they'll throw together a new event and try to redeem their asses. Pardon my language.
That's why I'm hoping myself is that whatever they cut, because it felt like they cut something out, and whatever they cut out is going into their next direct or the next big conference thing that's going on.
Yeah, because I mean, if they would have swapped out, let's see. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of these games are great, but we've seen them already. If they'd have swapped out Shin Megami Tensei, Chronicles X, and Yoshi's Woolly World, because we've seen all those before, and put in like Fatal Frame, Fast Racing Neo, and Devil's Third, that would have made a big difference.
Yeah. There was not even one. There was no indie reel this time. Like everybody else, even Microsoft and Sony both had indie reels, and Nintendo didn't. That was really
which is odd since they have the indies at home thing.
Right, they had the indies at home thing going on, which would have been
indies. They could have put it right in the show.
That would have been a great thing to put that out there. This is what we're doing for our indies.
Like, hey, we've got 9 up and coming indie titles coming to the Wii U. And you can play them right now, play demos of them right now, special E3 demos of them right now.
And just by downloading them,
you get 15%.
Yeah, just all you have to do is download them, and you get 15% off.
In the first month of release.
I mean, that's a big thing.
I don't know who planned the digital event, but they messed up.
Plan it right.
They messed up. They had all the right tools. They had all the right supplies, like you said. But somebody must have swapped out the blueprint last minute.
Yeah, and here's the thing. This is so egregious to us because the digital event last year was so awesome. Like
it was so amazing.
It was so perfectly put together, and then they come to E3 this year and take a crap in their pants in the bed.
No, the bad thing is, I think it's probably because they shifted most of their focus to the Nintendo World Championships, and then the digital event became secondary.
Yeah. And why end it on the Mario 30th anniversary stuff? That was just like it felt like Nintendo Land all over again. It kind of felt like they could have put that in the middle or somewhere else, next to Skylanders or something.
Or they could have opened with it, but I mean.
Or opened with it, yeah.
And they could have closed with Star Fox. That would have been.
Closed with Star Fox, which was the best thing they had going at the event.
Yeah, true. Quan, you got anything you didn't like from it before we start answering some questions?
No, not that, unless I'm going to end up rehashing things.
So,
there's no sense beating a dead horse.
This is basically a shared opinion.
All right, so let's answer a couple of questions because they did come from the negative side first. So, Capable Tie 7, he asks, do you think there will be a management shakeup after this E3 for Nintendo? I've heard Miyamoto is responsible for the no online and many Wii U exclusives, and I know Reggie has shorthanded North America many times with release dates and, of course, Amiibo. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna do anything like that, personally.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo does what Nintendo does. You can make all the rant videos on YouTube you want to.
Yeah.
You can. That's not going to change who they are, the core of who they are.
I think another misconception, and people keep forgetting this. Granted, these are executives, and they do have some power. You have to remember that Iwata and Reggie, they work for their shareholders. They work for all these other people. So there's a lot of times, they're forced to go along with BS.
That they don't have any say-so in.
At the end of the day, they're just dudes that trying to get by like the rest of us. They just get paid more dough. That's all it is.
The Yakuza table at Nintendo Japan.
Yeah.
And then there's a little table in the dark with the light streaking through. They do not care about you crying on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
And gonna get to them.
And the sad part is this. Yeah.
This is not damage control, and this is how it works. Like, if you are in a corporation and if you are lucky enough one day to work for a corporation, you will find out the hard way that the shareholders are the shareholders and the board.
They're the real bosses.
Things.
Yeah, they're the real boss.
Yeah. So
if they're like, Nintendo, we need you to do this now, then they got to do it. Like, I bet you some of these more borderline greedy stuff they've been doing lately, that's not the core Nintendo rules. They're doing what they're told to.
Yeah.
Like selling Ryu for $6. Come on, Nintendo would have usually sell it for like $2, if that. This is just a small example.
So
What
that's
was up with that?
that's
I'm still buying them though. Ryu's my boy, but anyways.
That's why they do it. See, you're part of the problem. Look.
Please, one transgression. 5,000, but anyways.
Okay, Tony Kananami Karayan says, "Can we fire Reggie?" I don't think that's gonna happen either.
I don't know what effect that would have. That wouldn't have any effect.
You gotta fight the shareholders to really make any changes, or you gotta at least convince the shareholders that what they're doing now is wrong. This is not making them money. Because at the end of the day, as much as we hate to admit it, they need to make money.
Yeah,
they're trying to survive.
They're trying to get that bonus check at the end of their fiscal year. That's what that is. They're trying to make sure their stock prices look good, and they're trying to get that bonus check.
Because I'll tell you right now, I hate to admit it, but I work for a big corporation, and stuff happens all the time, and I'm like, why? And I don't have any say. All I can do is do the best I can with what I'm allowed to do.
Yep.
And keep it moving. Till I could move on to wherever I move on to.
Yeah, and that is the truth, unfortunately.
But I will say I think they're really feeling it this time because even the most hardcore staunch fans, never like get on Nintendo for anything. Even those guys are turning. I mean, you got Tillman of Nintendo Domination upset. Then you got a problem when you got Tillman upset.
Yeah.
So when hardcore Nintendo fans are grieving with a certain person whose name begins with S, who tends to be very emotional, and actually agree and say, "Man, he made the right call."
Yeah,
that's when you know. That's when you know.
There's a consensus on the egregiousness of this conference, and they even made a statement about it already. So, that's pretty big.
The whole thing with Reggie, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Reggie is a glorified hype man.
Yeah,
he is. His job is to come out with hype. That's what he is. That's what he is. So firing him really ain't gonna really do that much.
No, he's just gonna put another person to do him his exact same thing.
Yeah, they're gonna find him another hype man, somebody with a big mouth. That's what they're gonna find to handle their PR stuff. That's why you always see him.
Yep.
So, okay, all right. Okay, Reeve, he asks, do you think that Bowser guy Nintendo hired that used to work for EA was responsible for this?
Wow.
Now, that's messed up. Give the man a chance. He just got in, and I'm pretty sure this was planned well before he got there. So, you can't place blame on him.
His Bowser.
I mean, the name is evil. The name is evil, but let's not blame the new guy.
Yeah.
I think Bowser's just like Ganondorf. He's just misunderstood. That's all.
Well, which Bowser are we talking about now? Mario Bowser or the new Nintendo Bowser?
All of the above? I don't know.
No, see, what would be funny is if they actually got somebody whose first name was Ganon and last name was Dorf to work for them. That'd be amazing and astounding. But
well, you also have to remember, and actually I'm glad Revolution brought it up. They did say in the Treehouse that online in Star Fox is still being considered. And that's what people need to realize. I mean, I don't think the game needs it per se, but I won't lie, if they did, it'd be awesome. Imagine the constant online, just like how we go bananas on Turf War on Splatoon. Imagine the constant dogfights you can have. That'd be awesome.
That's the thing, though.
I'll be saying this now.
Implement it, though. I mean, like, are we talking straight up space battles, or are we talking, objective-based missions? That's another thing. But that's a whole nother.
Yeah. That's
like
a different conversation.
To be honest, I would like them to do both. But yes, that is a whole different conversation.
Yeah, we'll save that for later. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into some positivity right quick. The first one, but I want to start with this question from Tony. He said that I'm glad that Platinum Games is assisting Nintendo EAD with Star Fox. If Miyamoto were to choose Monolith Soft, do you think visualization and controls would have been different?
Maybe, but
Possibly.
we won't know.
Yeah, but I think Platinum is probably like the
I think Platinum would do the better job for
Yeah.
some
That's a better
for
choice.
fast-paced action game like Star Fox.
Yeah, for
Yes.
this
That better
particular
choice
game,
for this.
yes. This got platinum all over it.
Just like I hope that the actual next home console Metroid game that comes out, they consider platinum for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I want all the exploration elements in it, but I also want to see Samus being able to like kick some alien behind with her hands and feet.
Imagine Samus doing like an axe kick, then blasting a bad guy. Oh,
Yeah, because I can see the Bayonetta fight engine actually working on Metroid in a way.
For her to do a spin kick with her blasters activated so she could light her opponent on fire. Oh, sorry, I'm being random.
Yeah,
but good ideas.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. Like, if that were the case, yeah, I would probably tap platinum for it. I mean, I liked what Team Ninja did on Other M, despite I know how some people feel about Other M.
Look, the game itself was good. The gameplay is awesome.
Gameplay was awesome.
I gotta reserve my judgment, but yeah.
Gameplay was awesome because of the whole WWF move she was doing for finishers. But I mean,
I'm sorry, she's slamming big, gigantic worm monsters and then blowing their faces off.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how anybody could get mad at that. But yeah, Platinum is more suited for the Star Fox stuff. They're more suited for the action world.
Yeah.
Anything with heavy action combat type stuff, I would like Platinum to be involved.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay. Guy, one question from Dragon Sword 15. He asked, "What do you guys think Nintendo should do next to make a comeback after this bad E3?" They're gonna probably do a direct.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah, they're gonna probably do a.
They don't have many options. They have to reinstate faith in the fan base, so they're going to do something.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm thinking it's gonna be a very big direct, possibly at the beginning of July. And yeah, it's probably going to be that. I mean, because too many people are upset. There's way too many people upset at this point. And whether it's misplaced or whether it's like overreactions, that's down to personal opinion. But they're going to have to do something. And I think what they're going to wind up doing is probably doing a direct probably in July and just opening the floodgates on release dates. Like Fast Racing Neo, we might get a release date sooner rather than later.
And Nintendo, I know it's not your style, but you've done it before. Show us like 1 or 2 games from later in 2016, because you guys do have the missiles. At least fire off one of them.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just fire off the biggest one and keep the smaller ones at the ready for if another oncoming threat.
There you go.
Nintendo, you had one job.
Actually, they had several, but this was the biggest one.
They could have easily stole the show.
Yeah.
They really dropped the ball.
They set up to steal the show. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They started off with the championship and the release of Roy and Ryu. Oh man.
Roy, Ryu, and Lucas all at once.
Yep.
Everybody cares.
And even though the mini direct was tame, that still added a little something to the the overall E3 assault. Yeah. It's like they invaded the enemy fortress and then said, okay, instead of keep going further, let's sit down and have some tea.
Nah,
actually,
like
to me, it's
the
more
enemy fortress and then cut open a large fart.
I was gonna say it was more like they invaded the enemy fortress and then just backed out, but that works too.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. We got a question from, who is this? Tony Kanarame Karan. He asked, during this afternoon's Treehouse Live, what do you think of the speed and gameplay in Fast Racing Neo? Let me put it to you like this.
Permission to piss off F-Zero fans?
Yeah. Ian Bell at Project Cars, don't ever open your mouth about weather effects ever again. I'll put it to you like that. That's what I think about Fast Racing Neo. I think they blew it off the lid. I like what I saw in both the trailer and the gameplay. And I know it's probably going to be looking even better once it gets closer to release. So
my sentiments exactly.
You know what? I'll behave. I'll go with what you said.
You was about to insult F-Zero fans too, wasn't you?
Anyways, let's continue with the rest of this cast.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I, but it's Shannon, and Shannon usually does great work anyway. Their game,
That's because Shannon isn't lazy.
yeah, Shannon is awesome. So I've
But they're
always had full faith
designers,
in them
aren't they
being able to pull off
supposed to be?
what they plan. So yeah, Fast Racing Neo. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That is why that should have been in the digital event
It should have definitely been digitally.
with the developer story. That should
Yes.
have been in there.
Yes.
Instead of us getting the rundown at the treehouse, which is fine, we can get that too, but they should have done that at the digital event instead. The Yoshi's Woolly World
They already
thing
did
should have
that
been
last year. They didn't need to do that again.
No, if they wanted to do it over,
It was a cute little side note, but it didn't need to be in the digital event.
if they really wanted to do it over again, they should have done it at the treehouse, have her there,
Or do
and
it
talk
in a
about it
direct
while they're
just
playing.
before the game released, like they've been doing in a lot of games.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like that one direct before, like the month before.
Yeah, they could have done a mini direct.
Yeah. Okay, we got another question from Tony Kananami Karan. He said, after the abysmal digital event that we had painfully saw yesterday, do you think Nintendo should bring back the live media briefing, including the NX?
Not really.
No. Digital event works. They just jacked it up this year. That's all.
They screwed up this year, but honestly, I think the only time they should do a live press conference is if they're revealing new hardware.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
And I mean, not a hardware revision, new hardware.
yeah,
Actual new console or handheld, or them finally bringing out the new Super Scope. Come on, Nintendo, let's do this.
That ain't happening, bro.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
You gotta let that drink.
I know.
And let me say this about the NX right now. A lot of people are assuming that it's a new console. Please be advised, nobody knows what it is.
Yeah, stop with the assumptions. Seriously, you're just gonna disappoint yourself.
Here's the one thing I'm gonna say, and people are gonna hate me for this. The NX could literally be a Wii U expansion.
Yeah.
It
And
could be the
that is-
Wii U's equivalent to the 32X. So do not assume we know what it is.
Yeah.
Because
Just
that's
chill
why
out.
people get themselves pissed off over nothing. You created hype for yourself, and then when it didn't reach to the hype you created in your own mind, it makes you even more mad.
Yeah. That's why I'm cautioning everybody to
Just
pull back on the whole NX thing because nobody knows what it is. They brought it up during the DNA thing because they had to convince the shareholders that they were moving forward with new plans. And like we said
And they
before,
told everyone that.
yeah,
yep, so calm down and have some dip, people.
yeah, because like I said before, when you're dealing with a corporation, you gotta please the board. If you're an executive, you have to please the board and the shareholders. That's why the whole thing with DNA that had to happen. They had to put the NX in there because that's how it had to go down. They had to show the shareholders that they are moving forward with stuff that they wanted them to do in the first place. You got to remember, Iwata had been staunchly against going mobile for years because he didn't like the way the way it was presented. So he finally didn't have a choice. He had to go forward with something. So they finally made it to where they found their common ground, and to help get that stock price back up, they had to throw out the blurb of the NX. Nobody knows what it is. IGN doesn't know what it is. GameSpot doesn't know what it is. Game Trailers doesn't know what it is.
A quick
Kotaku
question:
doesn't know what it
did
is.
they actually say it's actual hardware? It
I
could be an OLED.
think they did say it was going to be hardware,
Or it's
But they
actual
didn't say.
hardware.
Yeah,
but they didn't say what it was. Exactly.
Yeah, they didn't say what it was.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of publications are trying to say that it's a brand new console and nobody knows. So I think what's going to wind up happening is if it turns out to be like you said, Andre, akin to the 32X, there's going to be a lot of people pissed off.
But the thing is, though, that idea would actually work right now because, one, it would be cost effective. Two, they wouldn't have to abandon the stuff that they've already invested in the Wii U. They
Yep.
could keep it going forward without having to, leave everything behind. And then on top of that, you still get the NX games, and you have a whole bunch of control schemes already at the ready.
Yeah,
And then you don't have to worry about Nintendo making another weird controller.
because you already got all of it.
You already got them, so it's
So I mean, that's the only thing I would say. I kind of hate when I see people talking about the NX because I'm like, dude, you don't know what it is.
It's
Nobody
way
knows
too
what it
early.
is.
We have no clue what the deal is. Relax.
Yeah, I would wait until you see something from Nintendo. I would not trust anybody at any publication. I would trust when it comes out of Nintendo's mouth.
Yep, that's the only what the source tells you.
Be like, well, IGN said.
Yeah.
IGN haven't
IGN has
seen it yet either.
How many times has IGN been wrong?
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, that's where we're at with that. So, yeah, I would be very cautious when talking about the NX. Well, there's one more question that I didn't get to. Okay, hold on. We got a couple more questions from Capable Ty. He asked, "How can you not recognize the impact Phil Spencer had on Xbox? Were you covering Diametric at E3 2013?"
Oh, it's recognized.
It's recognized.
Oh, it's definitely recognized.
Yeah, I mean,
Microsoft actually did a
Phil
great
Spencer-
job this year. I actually liked it a lot.
Phil Spencer is a gamer. Diametric is a corporate guy.
Yeah, there's
So
a big difference.
that's the two main differences right there. That's the difference between. That's the difference that has. I mean, Phil Spencer was going to have an impact regardless because that guy is a gamer. Diametric is not no gamer. He don't care.
And if you've noticed,
Diametric isn't even a developer. So
what you have to pay attention to, if you've seen it, and I'm sure he's seen it because that's why he made the comment, or she. I don't know what the gender is, but Microsoft showed a lot of console exclusives. Well, I mean some PC stuff too, but console exclusives. Like if you look at Sony had timed exclusives. Like they always say, "Oh, you get it here first. You get it here first. You get it here first." I could give a crap who gets what first. I want a good game, period. And what I've learned sometimes is the ones who get it first usually don't get the best version. Just saying.
That's usually how it goes. Actually, they're the beta testers.
So I mean, so y'all need to actually look at what's being presented because I think people see there's so much smoke and mirrors. A lot of people aren't really seeing what's going down.
Yeah.
Because that's all I gotta say. I'm not going too much of a rant.
Gotcha. Okay. This is the last question we're gonna do, and then we're gonna close up for tonight because we still do have the regular podcast on Monday this time, and I don't want to go too far into it. But the last thing was, are you guys excited for Battlefront? The graphics gameplay looked amazing. Hopefully it turns out good. This is from Capable Ty. Battlefront, I like what I've seen so far, but I'm one of those guys that have to wait on it because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I've been burned the last couple of Star Wars games. So, I kind of don't trust DICE at this point. So I'm gonna have to wait and see some reviews, see some gameplay before I make my decision. It's on my list of games to look into though.
Well, I am cautiously hyped because I saw it and I was like, yes. But
they made
like you stated, and even the quote unquote, like I said, a lot of the gameplay from Sony and Xbox conferences were suspect. So I'm not quite convinced some of the stuff we saw was actual real gameplay. But I can't deny these machines are capable of rendering these images. So I'm hoping that the game looks even half as good as what they showed us. The game has a lot of potential, and it should be awesome. But once again, we've been lied to many, many times. So that's my take. Sorry, Andre.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just going to say, they made me want to play it. I'll give them that much. They made me want to play it. But I'm like everybody else. I'm worried about the stuff that they'll do that might mess it up. As much as I think it looks good right now, I'm going to be cautious about it because I'm definitely going to end up with an Xbox One. And as long as that game stays looking good, I'm getting it. But if I see anything that tells me it's not going to be as good a game as I think it is, I'll probably wait for the price to drop.
Yeah. Quan, you got any thoughts on that one?
He stepped away.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Oh, Cuphead looks awesome. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
yes,
Cuphead
it does.
Cool.
It does. It looks
And I actually like Unravel as well.
And Recore also seems interesting.
Recore was interesting. Yo, KG Inafune is in everything.
But
Keep that
I'm
company
gonna
off the ground,
I'm gonna
dude.
call it now. Recore is knack, but I think it's gonna be better.
It's gonna be what Knack should have been.
Yeah, I swear it looks like knack.
Yeah, Inafune is gonna do what he got to do to get that company making money.
Of course, he's
But
he's purposely trying to make Concept the new Capcom.
Yeah,
yes,
basically.
he's trying to replace them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now all he needs is a Resident Evil clone.
Which he's probably working on.
It's coming. It's coming. What
But,
he needs to do is a Breath of Fire clone done right. But that's a different conversation
Yeah,
once
that's a good
again.
conversation. Well, people, that's going to be our show for tonight. Like I said, we do have the Games at Large Sunday podcast, but since it's going to be Father's Day this weekend, we're moving that cast to Monday night. Vicky from Fangirl Review is going to be hosting, so that's when we're going to do the full E3 recap. From what I understand, I was talking to her earlier today, so that's when that full recap is going to go down on Monday night at 8 o'clock. So be on the lookout for that. Shep, you got anything you want to pimp out?
You see some coming from me soon. I'm working on several videos and my intro. That I'm not gonna put any dates because I don't want to make a promise I can't keep. But it's coming. Oh, I will say this: I dropped the ball and I apologize. That giveaway is still happening. I still have Bayonetta 2 and I still have Wonderful 101, and I am gonna be giving it out to the winner. I just have to set up the proper contest. So in that regards, I apologize, but keep listening. Hopefully for any Gamers at Large fans, if y'all don't have Bayonetta 2 and Wonderful 101, you may have a chance to pick it up for free. That's all, peoples.
Oh, Andre, you got anything you want to pimp out?
You know what? I don't have anything specified. I just know I'm going to be doing some videos real soon. And the only thing I have specified as I'm doing is I'm finishing up my Cross Zone episode so I can release it hopefully this week coming. I'm not doing it this week now because there's too much stuff going on, but next week I'll probably have it up.
Okay, all right. Quan, you made it back yet?
Yep, I'm back.
Okay, we just giving our outros. You got anything you want to pimp out?
Not for now, not for the interim until next week's cast. And yeah, you know me. I'm just sitting up here chilling with you guys, and as I always say, whatever's clever.
All right.
Oh crap! I forgot to say my saying. Sorry.
You want to go and say it?
Shut up and play.
Yeah.
Shut up and play and enjoy your games, people.
Enjoy your games. Stop bitching. Pick up
And
that
whining.
controller.
And crying.
Pick up the
And
controller.
throwing your arms up and down like babies.
We picked
I
this,
think you get it,
we picked this hobby for fun.
I took it too far. I apologize.
Yeah, you get it.
It's fun, people. Have fun, god damn it.
But me, I don't really have anything coming out. I do have a gameplay, a couple of gameplay videos I'm probably gonna put up tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. I did put up a Ryu and Roy gameplay from Smash Brothers U. I'm gonna be online probably tonight playing. So if you guys are Smash Brothers players, just look me up online. And I will see you guys either Monday night at the Games at Large podcast or back here next Wednesday. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.
Game on.